What's up, guys? This is Webby back again for your Hell in a Cell preview and predictions. This is Webby, and this is
Jason Funny, your one and only
Jason Funny, which this Sunday will be coming out with his own little special show on my channel, right?
Yeah, I hope Webby hasn't made a mistake.
Not made a mistake.
What?
I shouldn't have made a mistake. What's it called?
It is called the WWE Blast from the Past.
With the host, Jason Funny.
With the most. Host from the most.
Going to be quite the show. Going to be very good. Tune in this Sunday for the debut episode. Now, Hell in a Cell. Got a lot of stuff to go over. Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns with bang bang. Mick Foley, special guest referee. We got a very personal affair going on between Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. All that, plus so much more, including Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton inside the cell as well. What's your opening thoughts about this pay-per-view coming up?
Well, they're trying to spice it up. They're trying to throw in the little juices and the spices and try to make it. They're trying to build it up to be a little bit more. And I wouldn't blame them. I mean, that's their job. I mean, they got to keep the ratings going. And keep the flow going, and they got to make this just not an average Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
That's right.
They got to make it a little special, especially as 20. So they found something, a niche, the 20th anniversary of the greatest Hell in a Cell match of all times. So they gotta go with the flow and try to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's why they added Mick Foley, really.
Yeah. I mean, they got to do something.
Yeah. But
it does make it more interesting with Mick Foley being the referee, I think, because he's pretty good at that stuff.
Right. So we're going to dive into all that plus so much more right here on this preview and predictions. First off, you all know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for all notifications. Yes, for his channel and for mine as well. Join me on this journey on YouTube. It is much appreciated. And on Facebook and Twitter at 2007 Webby. That would be much appreciated as well. You have that as well, too, don't you?
I do. Follow me on Twitter at JasonFunny3 and also on my Facebook page at FunnyTubles42. Hit like, subscribe, and the bell button to become a Funny Tuber.
That's right. Now, Hell in a Cell this Sunday on the network. Raw Tag Team Championship is on the line. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre take on Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Look, the Shield taking on the Dogs of War. This has been the biggest rivalry on Monday Night Raw outside of Triple H and The Undertaker and Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss. Those are the three things that have been built up the most on Raw. The Shield kind of got split up this past Monday because Baron Corbin said that they were going to get thrown in jail again.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens? They take their Shield stuff off and they just kind of split up by themselves. Tag team championships on the line. They get rewarded with tag titles. So,
yep.
Do you want the Shield to get the tag champs?
It would be kind of neat.
You want to see them get the tag titles?
Actually, yeah.
All three members having All the
The
titles.
glory days of the Shield.
Honestly, I'm in disagreement with you.
Wow, what a shock.
Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre do not need to job those tag team championships to the Shield right now. They do not.
Oh,
Now, yes,
good tag team.
I see WWE eventually giving the tag titles to Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Yeah, that'd make good for a good storyline for the eventual heel turn that we will see out of Dean Ambrose. But, come on, give me a break. Just for Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre to keep it for 2 weeks and then crumble? Give me a break here, WWE. Do not have that happen. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, have them keep the titles, whether it's by some screw finish after a good contest or they pick up the victory. Because no matter how you look at it, the rivalry is going to continue between these 6 superstars. Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton inside the Hell in a Cell matchup. This is a contest that people say that belong in the Hell in a Cell, but they also want AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe inside Hell in a Cell. So it's had some controversy on which one deserves to be there most. Now, no question, after Randy Orton has brutally dismantled Jeff Hardy week in and week out, putting his ear through Jeff Hardy's earlobe where his earring is.
Ouch.
Wiping the paint off Jeff Hardy's face.
Rude.
All different types of stuff. Just all the heel nasty tactics that Randy Orton has done week in and week out. Finally, Jeff Hardy had enough of it and said that he wanted to face Randy Orton inside hell. You know, what do you think about it? I mean, do you think
it'll be a really good match?
Do you think we're going to see Jeff Hardy fall off Hell in a Cell, whether it's a Swanton Bomb or Randy Orton just throwing him off?
I don't know. It really has a lot of potential because Jeff Hardy
is a nut when it comes to
yeah, pretty much.
When it comes to risk
taking. I don't know how he is now, but I do know back in the day, I have seen him do it before. I've seen him fly off cages, flip backwards on cages, and it's just absolutely amazing. Almost like one of them circus people.
I think this has the potential to really...
if they don't screw it up, it does. It has potential to be a really good Hell in a Cell match.
It does.
It really does.
It really does. It has potential to really
both of them are very seasoned veterans in the ring from almost the old school days. So they got a lot of experience, so they have the ability to make it a really good match. Hopefully they will do that.
Who do you predict to win?
That's hard to say. Between Randy Orton and Jeff?
Yes.
Ooh, that's hard. That is really hard. I'm thinking that, maybe Randy, but I could be wrong.
I'm going with Randy Orton.
I mean, look at how many titles he's...
Jeff Hardy probably falling off, which will kill it.
Yeah.
Like usual for the match, for that superstar. That's
and
what usually
feud
happens.
With Samoa Joe.
No, Jeff Hardy killing that match for him and Randy Orton picking up the victory.
Yeah, and then he'll feud with Samoa Joe.
Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. Now, this is one of the most developed, one of the best rivalries, in my estimation, on SmackDown Live. Because of how far back it goes and because of how it's culminated throughout SummerSlam, and it's continuing now. And no question, we're going to see it later on, hopefully for the WWE Championship. Now, they added Brie Bella and Maurice, probably to give Brie Bella and Maurice some in-ring action time, because Brie Bella needed some in-ring time for Evolution and the Super Show. Plus, it adds an extra layer to Daniel Bryan versus The Miz.
Yes.
Now, who do you think is going to walk out the victor? Do you think, once again, The Miz, when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut, is going to walk out the victor? Or is Daniel Bryan and Brie going to be victorious? Now, to me, what makes the most sense, Daniel Bryan and Brie losing and The Miz and Maurice being on top, Daniel Bryan still chasing The Miz up until the title matchup between those two that we all know eventually will happen.
I agree with I agree that The Miz and them probably will win.
You agree with that?
I do.
Okay. SmackDown Live Women's Championship is on the line as Charlotte defends the title against Becky Lynch.
The Queen.
She likes, or I should say he.
You would get that right.
He likes Charlotte. Excuse me.
Yes, the Queen, Her Majesty.
Now, no question, this has been a very personal rivalry for Becky Lynch. WWE has kind of, I don't want to say they have screwed around with this rivalry. A lot of fans have criticized this rivalry because of how they booked Becky Lynch.
They lynched her.
Now, a lot of people think Becky Lynch as a heel is garbage. I think Becky Lynch as a heel adds another layer to the Becky Lynch character, because she's one of those people, I've said it before and I'll say it again, doesn't matter what kind of character she is, she will get cheered. She will. And her character was kind of flat. It didn't have anything to it. It was just kind of stale.
Oh.
I mean, she came out, she wrestled, and that was about it.
Stale cracker.
Now, she's just ripping Charlotte apart. She's calling her names. All different types of stuff. So.
Little personality going on.
Right. Becky Lynch has something going. Question is all of this enough to take the title off Charlotte at Hell in a Cell? No?
No, it's not going to.
Okay. Well, if you didn't hear him because he was whispering, he said no.
I tried to tone my voice down a little bit.
I know, because you were screaming at the top of your lungs. So, he says no. Now, I am going to book Charlotte to pick up the victory here.
Booker.
She's going to pick up the victory here. I'm predicting that.
Me too.
Because, honestly, they're going to meet at the Super Show. They got
Big Show.
SmackDown 1000.
Oh.
They got Evolution. Sometime at those big shows,
yes,
Becky Lynch will pick up the title.
Yeah, it's just not her time yet.
Charlotte is a transitional champion right now because Charlotte will eventually win the Women's Royal Rumble and go on to face Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. She's not holding that SmackDown Women's Championship very long.
I can't wait till she takes on.
It's
Ronda
Becky
Rousey.
Lynch's time. But do I really think it's time right now for Becky Lynch to get that strap at Hell in a Cell? I would like that to happen, but I think WWE is going to pull the trigger and have that happen where Becky Lynch gets the title. No, I don't. And if she does, it will be by cheating to add more to the heel character. That's just my thoughts.
It just give her no opportunity to win the belt again.
Yeah.
On her way to be the first 16-time women's champion.
Yeah.
So.
Raw Women's Championship on the line. Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. There's not much to say about this contest. I don't have much to say about it. Ronda Rousey is going to beat Alexa Bliss. Yeah. Now, Alexa Bliss did get a little more, a little heat, a little offense this past Monday on Raw, but overall, Ronda Rousey's looked very dominant ever since this rivalry has started, and she's going to stamp her dominance on Alexa Bliss this Sunday at Hell in a Cell. Hopefully, very soon, we can see Natalya turn heel and have best friend take on former best friend.
Well,
former best friends take on each other. Ronda versus Natalya. That would be a great storyline because Natalya has been by Ronda's side ever since she came to the main roster, WWE.
Well, now look, this might be a little harsh to say.
That'd be a good. That would be a good storyline. That'd be a good storyline for after Survivor Series.
I hate to say this, but I disagree with you.
Okay.
First of all, anything with Ronda Rousey in it is probably going to be boring.
Okay.
She's pretty much a female Brock Lesnar. Thank you.
Okay. Now, why do you say that?
Because she's pretty much came from the UFC, and she's pretty much about the same thing. I mean, she's pretty much a female Brock Lesnar, and they just brought her in because of her name and her being from the UFC. They brought her in for that. Now, to ratings and stuff.
Now, I'm not saying that I disagree with you on some of that, but if she's going to be here and she's going to be on TV, I want to see her in storylines, and that's the best storyline that I think that she can get.
But what is is Paul Heyman going to be a manager?
That has been brought up.
I knew it. Female Brock Lesnar.
Hey, that has been rumored. I saw that in the rumors that Paul Heyman could be her manager.
Because she can't talk very good either.
I'm telling you, that has been a rumor.
She has no personality, just like Brock, so she has to have Paul Heyman to come in.
But
that
was a long time. That was a while back. So whether that happens or not, remains to be seen. There was also a rumor, since how you mentioned Paul Heyman, that he was going to form another dangerous alliance.
Ooh.
I know you know what that is.
No.
Yes, you do.
Dangerous alliance.
When he was Paulie Dangerously in WCW.
I know Paulie Dangerously.
He had Dangerous Alliance.
Oh, crap. The Sandman.
That was ECW. Anyway. WWE Championship is on the line. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. This deserves a stipulation. This deserves some type of enhancement other than what we saw at SummerSlam. Because this is, as of right now, what we saw at SummerSlam. Right?
Yeah, and are they two good athletes? They are extraordinary in the ring. But we don't have a spice. We don't have nothing to spice it up.
Now, that does not mean that the rivalry leading up to it has not been intriguing.
I have seen the rivalry, and it has been pretty good.
You know,
but I don't know how the match is going to be.
Samoa Joe has been absolutely fantastic with this windy stuff, and
he's been good.
Acting very.
I like the drama,
personal, and
the family.
Yes, the family drama.
We have not seen that in a long, long time in WWE, where they've drug out a storyline and they used the family to enhance the drama. So perhaps, maybe that is the spice to this match that I was looking for. Maybe there'll be a role there. Maybe the family will be down at ringside. Maybe his wife. Maybe Samoa Joe will insult the family even more. Maybe the family maybe he'll do something to really there might be a spice there. They might be a spice. And that might be the spice that spices up this match. Of course, they used to have these rivalries back in the old days all the time to spice up the main event. They had these dramatized rivalries. So that is true. It's been pretty good. That has been a good rivalry thing.
And AJ Styles is going to go over here. I don't see Samoa Joe winning.
Well, that sucks because I like Samoa Joe.
There's no question Samoa Joe will lose. He might win eventually, but
he's the bad guy.
There's one key thing that everybody needs to remember here.
Key.
WWE 2K19. It is not out yet. AJ Styles is on the cover. What would look better? WWE champion holding the title with that guy being on the cover, or somebody that's not holding the title being on the cover when the release date comes.
He could lose it and win it back by the release date.
AJ Styles victorious.
Now Samoa Joe victorious.
We'll see.
It may end up being a draw. It may be ended up where.
But this is also another rivalry that will carry on to SmackDown 1000, to the Super Show. It will carry on to that.
It's gotten a little personal.
So we'll have to wait and see. But I just don't see AJ Styles holding on to that dropping that title at Hell in a Cell. Possibly later on in October. Possibly. Now, there's one thing about AJ Styles, though, that everybody needs to remember. Okay, what comes up in November? The Survivor Series. At the Survivor Series, it's brand versus brand. Right?
Yeah, Raw versus SmackDown.
Right. Even though it's a co-branded pay-per-view, they always do. Last year they did brand versus brand. So, they're going to do some more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they do that, what would look better on paper? Because, Roman Reigns is probably going to be champion. Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles, or Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe?
What do you think?
Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles. When AJ Styles first came into the WWE.
Champion versus champion.
Yes, because that will be Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles. When he first came into the WWE, he had that rivalry with Roman Reigns. Bam. They had great matches. Now, AJ Styles will lose to Roman Reigns, but it will be a much better matchup than what we saw at Backlash between Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. No doubt in my mind. So, keep that in mind.
Mind.
Yeah. wrestling fans, going into the fall and winter months. And finally, Universal Championship is on the line. The big dog, Roman Reigns,
Roman's
versus
a dog.
That's what he's called. That's his nickname. The big dog.
I thought it was an insult.
The big dog.
The Empire.
The Roman Empire.
That's right. This is on Titatron.
That's how I always do that, isn't it?
Yeah, in a Titatron. That's what it has.
Versus the monster, Braun Strowman, with Mick Foley as a special guest referee for the Universal Championship. Now, no question, Mick Foley is just there exactly why you said earlier, to spice it up a little bit, to give a little more extra beef, because quite frankly, people have been, it's what's for dinner tonight, right?
Yeah.
Because this rivalry has been crapped on by everybody inside. Now, do you think this is going to be an intriguing contest inside the cell? Do you think it's going to live up to anything that we've seen in the past?
They have to do an extraordinary job. They'll have to do the best. I mean, Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman's about the same. They're going to have to just really pull a rabbit out of the hat, even with Mick Foley being in a match. They're going to have to make it outstanding and excellent. And I think it will, because it is Roman Reigns' match. But, he's basically facing another, bearded Brock Lesnar, so it should be interesting.
So you're not a Braun Strowman fan, is pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the rivalry really has been cringed on because Braun Strowman has turned heel, and he teamed up with Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre.
Tyre.
And, all the sympathy that Roman Reigns has been given.
Sympathy. Roman Reigns, hope you get better.
Oh, well, that's just cringeworthy. Anyway, Roman Reigns will walk out the victor. No question about that. This coming Sunday at Hell in a Cell.
Glorious!
And you hear the thrill in my voice. Anyway, this has been your Hell in a Cell preview and predictions. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is Jason Funny.
Hello.
This is Webby. As you all know, don't forget to subscribe, like it, share, amongst everything else. And until I see you again, catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.